I think the big driver for me is that we're not necessarily wanting to be the biggest paint manufacturer in the world, but we definitely want to make the highest quality product. The business was started by my great-grandfather in 1884. By the time he was 18, he was already an experienced polisher, and then realised there was a business selling rags and finishes to polishers. The year after I joined, in 1985, they got the Royal Warrant for supplying quality products to the royal households.
Been using Mylands paints for, I would say, 40 years. We started using them because they had a range of very saturated colours that were used for film and theatre, and those super saturated colours were actually really useful to us for things like heraldry or for painting deep blue ceilings or deep red ceilings. And there were colours that nobody else really had.
Our oldest serving colour collection that we still use is the BBC colours, which we also refer to as the 68 colours, because that was the last time it was edited. And the BBC, ITV, lots of other independent TV companies still use it. And we ended up becoming the number one supplier of paints to the film industry. Our particular skill set for a long time was using a team of colour matchers who can all match a colour by eye. A lot of people can do colour matching, but to do it well and do it quickly is quite a skill.
I've worked with lots of different paints throughout my career. It's the sort of secret ingredient of a successful exhibition or display, is making sure that the rooms that house the art are befitting of the topic. So the colour choices are really important to sort of evoke the mood that we want for every different project that we do.
You know, the way it handles with a brush, the way it dries, when it's dry, it looks more like a traditional paint.
So the feel needs to look like you're looking into it. You're looking into the finish rather than looking at it. So it's got a bit of depth. If you superload a paint with pigments, you can put more on more quickly without losing the depth of colour.
It's also important that the colour lasts, and something we find with Mylands paint is it's really durable. It's so well made, and it's got a really strong quality to it, so that we know for the length of an exhibition, the colour won't scuff, it will remain, which also is important because we want our visitors to see the quality of the products that we're using.
As you're using it, it brushes on really, really well. It's a paint that covers well. But I suppose probably the most important thing, the main reason I use Mylands paints is because plant-based paint is the closest thing to a traditional flat oil or a flatted oil paint, which is the paint that would have been used in the 18th and 19th century.
We've kept the whole quality of plant-based paints in line with the ethos of my great-grandfather, which was to only use the best raw materials and keep the quality really high. The most exciting part now about the industry and Mylands is the whole sustainability journey. By reducing VOCs in paints, we've been sourcing additives and minerals and fillers in the paints, which are far more natural.
We're an international gallery with a local flavour, and Mylands, being based in South London in West Norwood, is really important for us. We're really proud to have such a quality company on our doorstep.
I've been using them for an awful long time. I think I like the ethos of the company, I like the product, it's easy to use. I would recommend it. I like it, it's good paint.